Dear learners, welcome back to another episode of Urdu Rasmul Khat, course code OUL 001, block first. In this lesson, we learn about DAAL group. इस सबक में हम DAAL group के बारे में गुफ्तगू करेंगे. There are some interesting points to know and note about DAAL group. DAAL group के बारे में कुछ दिलचस्प मालूमात हैं. What we have studied before. This group works slightly different from those groups. So there are some interesting facts and I hope you will cherish those facts. This group is named as DAAL group. We know we name the groups as per their first alphabet. They are named as per their alphabets and we are grouping them. So we have here also grouped some alphabets and names those alphabets as DAAL group because we want to say they belong to this group. Okay, 3 alphabets belong to this group. There are 3 alphabets which belong to this group. DAAL group forms only 2 shapes. Okay, our alphabets form different shapes. So DAAL also forms shapes, but it forms only 2 shapes. One full and one short form. Okay, one full form, one short form, or one full shape and one short shape. Okay, when it turns into short form, it becomes like a ray group. It has only 2 forms. One is full form, second is short form. When it turns into short form, it becomes like a ray group. It's interesting to note about DAAL group that it does not change its shapes in initial position. Okay, it's interesting to note that about DAAL group that it does not change its shapes in initial position. Instead, it changes in the final position. And we know that it has only one form that is similar to ray group. What we learned about other groups. We studied many alphabets and there are about 5 groups. We studied about alif, we studied about lam and mim, or we call that alif, lam, mim. We studied about Be group, Be, Pe, Te, Te, Se. We studied about Jim group, Jim, Che, He, He. We studied about Wow and its types. Now here we reached to DAAL group. Okay, about those groups and alphabets regarding alif and Wow, we know that they fall in the non-connectors category. And second thing we know about them that they do not change their shapes when they will connect with another alphabets during word construction. In both ways, they will remain in their full shapes. Okay, alif and Wow. And about Be group and alphabets regarding to this group or related to this group, and about Jim group and its alphabets, we know about them that they change their positions or shapes, but where in their initial and medial positions. The alphabets of Be group and the alphabets of Jim group change their positions, where in their initial and medial position. But about Ra group, it also changes the position. It has only one short form. Okay, it has only one short form. So it is interesting to note about DAAL group. It does not change its shapes in initial position. This is What makes DAAL group different from B group and Jim group? The alphabets of B and Jim group change their positions at the initial and medial level, but the alphabets of DAAL group do not change their positions in initial level. They remain in its full shape as they are written in full shape when we will use them in initial position. They will not change their shape. It is a different thing from previous lessons and lectures and previous alphabets. So you have to remember this. And alphabets of B and Jim group or Lam or Mim, they change their position. They do not change their positions at the end or final level. And DAAL do this in its initial level. This is difference. And it has one short form, and that short form is similar to Ray. That is to say, when DAAL turns into short form, it becomes similar to Ray, or we can say it becomes Ray. Okay. At the final or end position, it comes by two ways: full form and short form. When DAAL will come at the final or end position, it comes by two ways: full form and short form. And about the alphabets of B group and Jim group or Lam or Mim, we learned that when they come at the end, they come only by one way in their full forms. But DAAL, when it comes at the end or medial position, it comes by two ways, in its full form and in its short form. This is second interesting point about this DAAL group. Okay, but in initial position, it only comes with full form. But when it will come its initial position, it will not change its shape. Like the alphabets of B and Jim group, they do not change their shapes at the final position. So Lam, DAAL or alphabets of this group, they do not change their shapes in their initial position. Instead of the groups about which we studied, for example, Lam, Mim, Be, Jim, they change their shapes at initial and second position and remain intact in their final position. But DAAL group reverses this process. DAAL group, what does DAAL group do? Reverses this process, and in the medial position, it works like other groups. I mean, it comes with short forms, but it also comes with full form in this position. DAAL group in second and third position, it comes and it works by two ways: in its full shapes and in its short forms or short shapes. So it happens with the non-connectors, and we have told you that Alif, Dal, Re, Ze, J are non-connectors with each other. Hence, do not change their shapes while used with one another. We'll repeat this again so it will may be clear for you. At the final or end position, DAAL comes by two ways: full form and short form. But in initial position, it only comes with full form. Okay. Instead of the groups about which we studied, for example, Lam, Mim, Be, Jim, they change their shapes at initial and second position and remain intact in their final position. But DAAL group reverses this process, and in the medial position, it works like other groups. I mean, it comes with short forms, but it also comes with full form in this position. It happens with the non-connectors. What happens with the non-connectors? They do not change their shapes when they come together. It happens with the non-connectors, and we have told you that alif, dal, dal, zal, re, re, ze, j are non-connectors with each other. Hence, they do not change their shapes while used with one another. This is point we have repeated this at many occasions. One more and very important point you have to note about DAAL group is regarding short form. When the alphabet would be connected and looks like ray, when the alphabet would be connected and there will be usual alphabet among DAAL group, and it will look like ray shape, it is mostly alphabet of DAAL group. Because in short form it turns into ray. Because in short form DAAL or alphabets of DAAL group turn into ray, and ray itself turns into other short form. We'll learn about ray when we will study this, and ray itself turns into short form. But there is an exception. While connected with some alphabets in ray, they do not change their shapes. We have some words when ray also does not change its shape. But when you will see the alphabets, when you will see the alphabet DAAL in many words, most probably it would be the alphabet of DAAL group, because when DAAL is connected and used in short form, it looks like ray. You have to remember this. Most probably this would be the alphabet of DAAL group. Why so? Because when ray is connected with other alphabets, it turns into another short form that is different from ray. Okay, this group is different with each other by three ways. Okay, this group is different with each other by three ways. We have here one way is by no dot. We have alphabet here that has no dot, that is DAAL itself. DAAL has no dot. And second, by dot. We have alphabet here that is DAAL, that is different from DAAL only by dot or nukta, which we call nukta. Nukte se DAAL और DAAL में फर्क है. So we say this group is different with each other by three ways: by no dot, by dot, and symbol of toy. And we use here in this group also. Why we used a symbol of toy earlier? Very good. We used the symbol of toy earlier in B group. Oh, and now again we are using this symbol of toy, and we inserted this toy on this DAAL group, and it turned into another alphabet. I would like to remind you that such alphabets were created in a unique way. The alphabet toy was turned into a sign and was inserted above on Be, Dal, Re. By this way, they turned into Te, Be. When we inserted alphabet symbol of toy in this Be and erased or omitted comma, it became Te. And inserted it on Dal, nothing did, but simply inserted this because Dal has no dot, inserted the symbol of toy on it, it become Dal. Dal, Dal. When there will be no dot, that is Dal. When there will be one dot, that is Dal. And when there will be symbol of toy, it is Dal. It gives the sound of Dal. Okay. And when we'll insert this symbol on array group, it will become the alphabet will turn into Day. Okay, Day. By this way, they turn into Te, Dal, Day, and help to pronounce the Sanskrit and Hindi based sounds, because we use many Hindi, Sanskrit, Brij Bhasha and similar and likewise languages, we used their words, so we are able to pronounce them as they are in their original languages. Okay, so this process helped us to pronounce the Sanskrit and Hindi based words. So remember the difference these three alphabets is: DAAL one dot, DAAL symbol of toy, and DAAL one dot, DAAL no dot, DAAL one dot, and DAAL symbol of toy. Okay, so the only difference between DAAL and DAAL is by dot, and the dot is single. DAAL uses only single dot and DAAL uses the symbol of toy on it. Okay, this is a difference between these three alphabets. This group forms only these two shapes. You can see here these two shapes, and first is DAAL in its full shape, and second its short form, and it looks like ray. You have not studied yet about ray group, but you can see this in your books that ray, it looks like ray. So we have one full form and one short form of this alphabet. This alphabet or this group has only one short form, and that short form is similar to ray, and one full form DAAL. All forms are in frequent use. We use them frequently with other words, other alphabets. When the first form comes with non-connectors, it does not change its shapes, whether in initial, medial, or final position. We told you that DAAL, the alphabets related to this group, they do not change their shapes in initial. Instead of Be and Jim, they do not change their positions in final. This is difference. So it will not change its shapes whether in initial, medial, or final position. In initial position always come with full shape. It will always come with full shape. And the second shape works with connectors and comes at second and final position. The second shape comes with connectors, and it will work in second position and final position. And one more thing, we told you that in second and final position, DAAL uses both shapes. Full shape, the alphabets of DAAL group use full shapes in second and final position, full form and short form. Basic and different forms of this DAAL are here. We have basic and different forms. You can see one short form. We have 4 columns here. In one column we have short form, and we have its full forms, we have its names, we have their IPA standardization. So short form is like ray group or ray, and full forms are here DAAL and DAAL. And we have names here. Its names are DAAL, common name. Everyone in every region they pronounce it DAAL and DAAL. And we know that how we formed this alphabet, and DAAL. And in the 4th column you can observe it is IPA standardization. I trust this will be of great help. I thank you.